Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Lindsay from Lindsay's Loves, Plants, Rants, and so much more. Thank you for joining us again, or welcome if you're new here. This channel is made for new plant parents and plant addicts alike because I consider myself part of both groups. I may be new to plant collecting, but I have jumped right into the deep end and I have absorbed all of the knowledge I can, and I think I am over 75 plants in my collection just since the end of summer 2020. So I wanted to do something a little bit different today. You're going to notice that the camera angle, the setup is much different from my normal videos. So no face in today's clip because I wanted to give you a close-up on all the items that I'm working with and what I'm doing here today in this how to build a terrarium for your Butterwort. And so we're going to have a couple of steps here because as you can see I only have this one Butterwort, but we're actually going to be propagating to put, I think we'll probably fit at least 3 in this terrarium here. And I do always want to give credit where credit is due. So I did get this idea from Instagram of Secret Garden in Guelph, a small plant store, and I told them that I loved their idea and I was wondering if I could recreate it myself. So I actually got this Butterwort from Secret Garden in Guelph, and she gave me permission to use her idea. Now, here's sort of the exciting part. I, of course, will need you to stay to the end for all the details, but I am going to be giving away this version of the terrarium with the Butterwort propagations in it as a giveaway. And I intend to do the giveaway later on once the propagations have properly taken root and are, you know, doing what they need to be doing to move on successfully to their new home. So you'll have to stay tuned to the end of the video for the details on that and how you can enter, etc. So let's get started. So the first step here is I guess it depends on how you want to approach it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by putting rocks in the bottom of this glass fishbowl. And both the rocks and the fishbowl I cleaned out with what I also use for my leaf cleaner, which is just a very, very tiny bit of like I wouldn't say like organic, that doesn't sound like the right word, but an all natural dish soap. And I use that as well as a little bit of neem oil in like a huge jug of water. And I use that to clean off all of my leaves. And then I use the remaining water to wash the fishbowl and to wash these rocks that you can see here. So these are aquarium gravel stone here that I actually got from the pet store, as well as this fishbowl. And the fishbowl, oh, is leaking water. Let's put that on the table. I'll clean that up later, but I don't really want that in the bottom of here actually. So that's good news in a way. And yeah, this is 1/2 gallon fish tank. So you can smell a tiny bit of that neem oil smell there. So yeah, I'm glad I've got that out. And then also up front here, we have some pre-moistened, and that is sphagnum moss. Okay, and it's been moistened with distilled water. So that is important for the Butterwort. They don't want all the added minerals. They are feeding on those fungus gnats, so they have lots to take care of themselves. Just a little fur there that I wanted to get rid of. And it does appear that there's like a tiny little baby happening here. By the way, excuse my nails because we are in a lockdown here in Ontario, Canada, and so I'm not able to go for a manicure, and they are very, very due. So, as I was saying, I'm going to get started by putting some of this gravel at the bottom of the fish tank. I made sure to wash more stones than I would need. And some of these are really beautiful stones, which I guess reveals me as like maybe a bit of a nerd. But yes, I did at one point collect rocks and stones. Some of them are really pretty, nice. So, and I have plans to make some more with actual crystals instead. And that's part of the reason that I'm giving this one away, because while I really wanted to make this video and have a project to do today, the one that I want, the design that I would like to keep in my house is a little bit different, and so that means that one of you is going to win this beautiful baby. So really at this point, I mean, it's basically up to you how much you put in there. And I'm just trying to see, because what I want is to get like a good layer of everything. So maybe like one more scoop. Let's see. And the other thing I wanted to say is that you could put like charcoal, horticultural charcoal in the middle and the bottom here. But because I'm not using any dirt and because I'm not using tap water, I'm just going to be using distilled water in this, and I would recommend that you do the same. I don't think it's as necessary as it would be with a traditional terrarium, which I also am hoping to build very soon. So yeah, it's just like get it as high as you want it by your eye. And I think it looks nice to have some of those rocks showing. But you do want it to keep it high enough that there is a nice decent base there so that the moss is raised up, because you don't want the moss to be fully sitting in the water in here. You do want there to be enough space. So you can see how that is turning out, where the layers are at, how much of this jar I still have remaining. And I think I just would rather not have this stemmy bit there. That's just not aesthetically pleasing. I don't see anything wrong with it per se. It's just not the look I would love. I'm sorry about that glare, to be honest with you, but we've got to keep it well lit in here so you can see otherwise. So yes, so the sphagnum moss, I always want to put a T in there. Sphagnum moss was soaked in distilled water, and I find distilled water at the pharmacy, so you can usually find it there if you're struggling to find out where. And then let to make sure that it wasn't too wet, so you can see that there's no remaining water in the bottom of the tray that it was sitting in. So it was squeezed out and just the right amount of water. You don't want it to be too wet, just wet enough, you know? That's fun. That's a fun term to work with. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this over here. Actually, that's a perfectly fine piece. We'll put that in there. And I want to show you what I am going to do here with the Butterwort. So if you look up close, you will see fungus, I hope that's focusing, fungus gnats on some of the leaves. You will also see some fresh leaves. And I think what I'm going to do is pull from the side that's a little bit fuller and try to sort of even it out a little bit. And what you do to pull them, this is a nice one. I think this is a perfect one to pull. Just gently but firmly, a little wiggle, you'll hear it pull out, and there you go. So there's one right there. And as I said, I'd like to get 3 in here, and you want to make sure, oops, where's the lens, that this end that just came out of the plant is touching the moss, and that should encourage root growth. So as I said, I'm going to put 3 in here, sort of various distances apart, to create a nice look. And so again, we're going to go back in here, I think, and take this one. Okay, that was a nice easy one. I'm just going to gently place that in there. And one more here. I think I'm just honestly trying to take it so that my mother plant remains aesthetically pleasing. That's really all I'm trying to do, is decide on that. And obviously making a bigger deal out of it than I probably need to. What about you, little fella? There we go. Perfect choice. So I think you'll go right about there, and I'll move you right about there. So yeah, you are just lying them on top, sort of the moss, and eventually some teeny tiny baby butterworts, and this is the Mexican variety, which can be important to know in terms of its care. So a little bit different than some of the other kinds out there, which are often from Europe. This is what you are looking for as the finished result, if you're following my little how-to tutorial here. So hopefully you can see they're just laying, you know, evenly spaced apart in the terrarium on the wet moss. And I'm just gonna adjust this one a tiny bit. Yep, there we go. Okay, now one last step that I'm going to do here, oops, let's not put it in that water, is to put some, I have some elastic bands here, and I also have some saran wrap. And what I am going to do, if I can get it to come out of the box, because of course it would do that, is I am going to seal up the terrarium, because I want to give it a bunch of humidity while it's getting going. And in my experience, that helps, especially in the propagation stage. So this will go in bright indirect light. I'm not even sure I need the elastic. That is a great grip. So this will go in a nice, bright, but indirect light. And it will take, it depends, it's winter, so it'll take a little bit longer than normal to root, but it shouldn't take too long. These are pretty good at putting out babies, as I was showing you there. So that's sort of how it will start to look. And the other thing that's going to be part of the giveaway is this wall hanging, like a macrame wall hanger pot holder. So it's the kind that sort of goes against the wall, and that is going to come with this one. This pot should fit easily in there, and yes, that will be the giveaway. So I will be doing the giveaway when I reach 100 subscribers on YouTube. And if you are one of the first 100 subscribers, you yourself will get bonus entries. I'm thinking 5 or 10 bonus entries overall. I will also be making a post about the contest on Instagram. So you can follow me at Miss Lindsay M, MS Lindsay M, Lindsay with an A, I should say, on Instagram, and I will make a post about the contest there. You'll be able to enter on Instagram by following me there as well, but the first 100 subscribers on YouTube will get bonus points for subscribing before encouraged to do so with a live contest. So yeah, that's the sort of basic details on the contest. I will announce all of the rest of the details on my Instagram once I reach 100 subscribers on YouTube. So please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you've ever made a terrarium or a similar project, or if you wanted to do one, if you're feeling more confident now that it's fairly easy and you can pull it off. Let me know if you're excited for the giveaway. I love to hear from you all in the comments. Thank you so much for watching today. How to make a terrarium to propagate your butterwort in. Bye everyone.